Today we are reviewing the subwoofer.
Yeah, I'll give you guys what it looks like in box, and I will give a brief installation and then do a bass test to show you guys. When opening the box, you will see the sub. And after taking the sub out, you will see the accessories box. Taking a look at the sub out of packaging, this thing is quite heavy, but it is also high quality too. You can see the LEDs up top here, and sub itself, the brand naming, and on the side you have everything you need for installation. So you have your power inputs, different settings, and the switches, which I will go over in a few seconds. In the accessories box, we have, so I'll show you everything that you guys will need, because I know a lot of people got this and haven't installed a sub ever before. So let me just tell you, this isn't needed for now for installation. This is your bass knob, so this is needed. RCA cables are needed. Obviously, all of this is needed too. This is only needed for if you don't have RCA cable connections for your car, because this converts the RCA cables going in and converts it to what your car radio can take if it doesn't have RCA cables. So my car does have RCA cables, so I will not be needing to use this. So I can make a video though on how to use those and install it. And then we get some Velcro. So depends if you want it like under your seat, if you want it to stay there, which it's heavy enough, I'm pretty sure it will stay there. And then you have the instruction booklet. Okay, in the instructions you will find this page here, which just gives information on what everything does, so you can read that over, pause the video. This is for if you're doing the low level input connection. So if you're using this thing, just follow the same steps in this video and just add this as an extra step in the instructions. But I'm going to be following these, the high level input power connection, for this video because I have RCA cables. We have the sub, and now I'm going to show you how to hook everything up. So starting with RCA cables. Okay, so the RCA cables, obviously going in on the side of the sub here. I'm going to just kind of unravel it. I'm going to be using this side of it, because they have two sides. They have straight sides and the curved side. So I'm going to be using these in here. So you'll connect the black one onto the bottom and the red one to the right, so it looks something like this. So it'll look something like that into the inputs here for the RCA cables. Next, I'm going to be putting on the bass knob. So the bass knob here, this connector goes into the spot that says remote control. So simply just snap that in there right next to the RCA cables where it says remote control. And that is how you put the bass knob in. So now I'll show you guys how to hook up the power. For this part, we will need a screwdriver about this size. Okay, so for this part, like I said, we'll need the screwdriver, and we're going to need this end of the power cord. So we're going to unscrew here where it says power. We're going to unscrew all of these, just enough to make room to put the power in. Now we can take the power cord and put it right here, and we see that it slides right in perfect. We'll want this facing this direction, and we want the black wire on top blue wire in the middle and the red wire on the bottom. So once we get that on there, we can just tighten it down, but not too much. So now that we've done that and this is securely in there, we now have everything hooked up. And obviously if you want, you can get a flathead screwdriver or use your fingernail, I don't know, and mess with the low pass, boost bass, and the gain input. These are personally my settings, with having 2 of these in the car to make them not like be too loud for other people, you know. So low pass is pretty low, boost bass, I want that cranked, and the gain input is a little over halfway. So that's just what I recommend if you have 2 of these. If you have more, or if you just have this one, I'd recommend putting almost everything to full gain input. Basically put almost everything about 3/4 of the way, I'd say. And that'll get you some good sound. So now that we've hooked up everything, we can now take it out to the car and install it. So I kind of skipped the whole install thing. So I'm just going to show you how I installed it instead of taking a video while installing it, because that's a little bit more difficult. So under here, I have both subs. I have one here and one here. So don't mind the wiring, because I have not got any of this wired to my liking yet. Yeah, so ignore all this for now, but this is just the wiring I have. So you take off your dash, plug in the RCA cables, and yeah, if you want to do 2 like I did, you have to get 2 Y splitters connectors for it to work. So for the sub, what you have to do is the black wire coming from power connects into the bottom here under the seat, so on like one of these bolts here. I did it up in the front, but back here would work too for the black wire. Red wire gets run all the way up here. Don't mind all this for now. And since I have 2 subs, they're both plugged into the battery right now. And the REM cables come into the fuse. So those connect into your fuse box. And it said minimum 5 volts each, so I put a 10 in there, so they each get 5 volts. Like I said, wiring's not done yet. But that's all you have to connect for power to get these subs working. So I'll do a bass test. Okay, so I'm going to play this. Okay, so this is without any subs on. Subs are off. So, since this is a review for only one of the subs, I will show you what 1 sub sounds like versus 2 subs to know if you want to get 1 or 2. So, this is passenger seat sub. So that was only with 1 sub on, so I'm going to be turning the 2nd sub on and pressing play. This is only also at like half volume too. So I'll wait for it to get to the bass part. You can feel doors. Doors are definitely rattling. Don't know if the phone can catch that. Yeah, so doors. can feel them rattle. So, and this is only at half volume too. So you can hear everything rattling only at half volume. So these are some good subs. Thanks for watching my review, and I hope you liked it.